here at the Amon Museum in Fort Worth, Texas, to see the work of John Marin. He's a painter from the 1930s and 40s who was at the time considered the greatest living American painter. His seascapes of the coast of Maine and his New York City, Manhattan skylines are done in a way that they're pretty unforgettable.
The point of a show such as this, which takes a concise period of Marin's art making and asks us to look at it again and see new things in it, perhaps, such as how Marin laid one of the pathways towards abstract painting, but yet he was never what you would consider an abstract artist. He dabbled, he pushed his art there, but he always kind of retreated, you would say, back into a nature-based reality.
He seems to be an artist that wasn't frightened by much.
No, he was quite fierce in his determination to enjoy every day of painting. It was a work he loved doing. There's a sense of true connection to the forces of nature that he is bringing to the surface so that we can experience it. And I think in Marin's case, he was the perfect New England Yankee as a person, and he enjoyed being out sailing, or he enjoyed being on a lobster boat. He was out there traipsing around through his 70s. He would see something that he wanted to paint, but to get to the spot to paint it, he had to climb down rocks with his easels and his paint kit and his canvases, and that's the way he was. He was a rugged individual.
Do you happen to know that, since this is the year before he died, was there any physicality limitation for Marin, either through his body or his eyesight?
I think, yes, he had suffered a heart attack in the late 40s. And so he had slowed down and was ill at the end of his life. And so you do see some of the productivity fall off in his work, but what he did do was a painting such as this, or Spring of the year in which he died, that he's still painting with great vigor and force. I think my role as a curator is to put the opportunity for artists who are painting today to see. This is over 60 works. And there are many works that aren't familiar to people who think they know Marin's work. And so for an artist who's painting today, I enjoy this idea that they can come to the quarter and see this body of work and learn something new about John Marin that they may not have considered before.
The craggy, raw subjects of the paintings of John Marin force us to more than just observe his work. His studio was often a rugged, seacoast cliff in Maine, and his mentor was the unyielding honesty of his emotion. We absorb, embrace, and sometimes even retreat from the grip of truth that holds us in the spell of his images. His color, form, and spontaneous impressions came together in a new vocabulary that served as a harbinger and inspiration for the artists and historical movements of the 20th century.